Good morning. Welcome and well done for starting again the week and the practice. So let's sit comfortably. And as always, we try to move in a certain way that we can stretch the body and that we can start feeling a little bit more relaxed. That we can also start noticing how is the body feeling, because until we do a few stretches, until we start to be more present, sometimes we're not even aware of how the body is feeling. So sometimes we overdo things, and that's when we can get injuries and when we can get discomfort or extra tension. So always, whenever you can, just a few stretches, noticing, deep breaths. Good, and then we're ready to start. So place the hands on your knees, relax the shoulders down, align the spine, and gently close your eyes. Breathing nice and long. And allowing the face muscles to become softer, relaxing the jaw. Noticing if we can lengthen the spine and the neck a little bit more. But allowing the abdomen to be soft. So we can start with our abdominal breath. As we inhale, we expand, feeling it in, and as we exhale, we contract, letting it out. And in our own rhythm, we start linking that breath with the movement, with the breath, rather. And becoming more balanced between the inhale and the exhale, the right and the left hemisphere, the sun and the moon. Last night was full moon, and the energy of the full moon normally lasts about 2 to 3 days after the full moon. So just try to notice if there's anything that your body is asking you for. Just be more present and be kind to yourself. Good, and then with the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart, pressing gently. Few deep breaths in and out. And then we're ready to start with a gratitude practice, choosing 2 things different from yesterday, from last week, from last month. Always just try to bring some different things into your gratitude practice. And then set your intentions for today, for this practice. But as I said, with the full moon, perhaps your body is asking you to rest. Perhaps it's telling you to take care of yourself and do something that you enjoy, that nurtures you. So if that's the case, then do it. And sometimes people get more energy. So if you do get the energy, use it wisely and kindly. And with the next inhalation, raise the palms up, chin up, and exhaling, lowering the arms all the way down. Rest them on your lap, relax the shoulders, and allow the chin to come towards the chest. Breathing deeply. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Okay, so we're going to start by crossing the legs on the other way. Good, so we bring the hands on the knees, roll the shoulders back, and now we're going to do just some gentle sitting cat-cow. Okay, so when we do the cat-cow, it's slightly different, and to engage the chest and the back muscles a little bit more, rather than just bringing the shoulders forward and back, let's just bring the shoulders up and back to arch, and then as we exhale, up and forward. Yeah, so it's the same movement of the spine and the arms, but let's just inhale and bring them back, and the elbows come to the ribs, lifting up, and then exhaling round. Keep inhaling, elbows closer to the ribs, chin up, tongue towards the upper palate, and then exhaling, rotating forward with the shoulders, chin to chest. Okay, so yes, look at me one sec. So when we are stretching back, just so there's no tension and we can get as much movement in both ways as possible. So what we do is, as we bring them back, then we bring them closer just so the back muscles are stronger, and then we can bring the head back. And then as we bring them forward, then we straighten the arms and lean back, stomach in. Yeah, so we can feel the stretch all the way running from the middle of the spine towards the lower back, because if we have the elbows down or to the sides, then we're not stretching as much. Okay, so let's do 3 more. Inhaling, looking up, exhaling, chin to chest, inhaling, good, and exhale, and one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then come back towards the center and relax the shoulders. Good, and then bring the hands in opposite and on the opposite knee, so right hand on the left knee and the other hand around the waist or holding on the top of the thigh if it reaches. Twist with the shoulders, bring the chin down. Stomach in, and a deep breath in and out. And then inhaling, come back to the center and raise the arms all the way up. Looking up, stretching, and exhaling, lowering down, and the other side. Chin down, stomach in, and twist with the shoulders. Get a deep breath in and out. And then inhaling, come back to the center, raising up, and exhaling, lowering down. Good, and then we can stretch the legs. Bounce and shake, move your toes. Good, and then bend the knees, and with the feet down on the floor, we start bringing the hips as closer to the heels as possible, with the arms very tight. See if you can lengthen the spine, bring the chin to the chest, and relax the shoulders down. And then from there, lean back just slightly until you're just touching with the tip of your toes. And if you can, come off the floor, balancing there, without bringing any stress on the neck, on the shoulders, just keeping the arms very active. And if the toes are just, or the feet are just relaxed, then there's not as much strength on the lower part of the abdomen. So if you point with the toes, notice the difference on engagement. It's just more supported. So if you feel comfortable there, then just close your eyes, bring the gaze up. And then you're experiencing your first balancing pose with the eyes closed, the gaze up, so we feel more uplifted, more comfortable in within ourselves, more confident, more in control. Just one more round of breath. And then gently open your eyes. And then bring the feet down and feet together and Baddha Konasana. Bring the hands behind the hips and just bounce up and down. Make sure the spine is as straight as you can, to make it soft, shoulders relaxed. And then from there we stop that movement, that bouncing, and we come onto tabletop. So from tabletop, first, as always, aligning the hands, the knees, soften the elbows. And then from there, as we inhale, we're going to bring the hips to one side, as we exhale towards the other. Inhale and exhale. And just one more inhale and exhale. Good, and then we come back towards the center. Engage with the fingertips and bring the right leg out with the toes tucked under. And what we do there is stretch the hamstring. So bring the whole way towards the back, chin to the chest, the elbows soft. It's the whole body bringing ourselves back to stretch. Just make sure that the arms are not locked with the elbows, but they're soft. So we have no tension on the upper back. Good, and then with the next inhalation, come back to center and bring the knee down. And then the left. Stretch down and bring with the whole body that stretch on the hamstrings. One more round to breath. And then inhaling, come back to center and bring the knee down. And bring the big toes touching, open the knees wide. Adho Mukha Virasana, stretching the arms. The forehead down, or the chin if the chest is touching the mat. Breathe in slowly. The spine is completely relaxed. The arms are active. Shoulders, we can feel the stretch on them. If you can't feel that stretch, then walk with the fingertips away from you. And then gently open your eyes, walk back with the hands and knees hip width apart. Tuck the toes under and downward facing up. Bending the knees one at a time, pedaling just to find that extra space. If it feels good for you to tilt with the hips as well, side to side, to find a deeper stretch. And you can do so. If you feel like it's more the hamstrings, then just pedaling slowly. That would really help, as long as we breathe in slowly also. And then come back towards the center and see if you can bring the chest towards the thighs a little bit more, soften the elbows. Notice if the upper back is relaxed and the shoulders. If it's not, then perhaps there's too much space between feet and hands, so one step forward with both feet might help. And then try to bring the hips back and up, but then relax. They're being like a little bit more bouncy, not try to stretch too much. If we try to stretch too much, we putting the weight on the joints rather than on the muscles. Soften the elbows, soften the shoulders. Good, and then from there, bend the knees as much as you can. See if you can bring the chest, sorry, not the chest, the abdomen to the thighs, and then walk back with the hands. And stay there on that forward fold. Bring just the fingertips on the floor, the knees are slightly soft. And then bring the arms by the sides, bend the knees and start coming up. Palms together. Good. And then once we're there, so once we are just in this big mountain, we try to have the spine straight. The hips and the shoulders should be aligned. The arms aligned with the ears. The toes active, the thighs engaged. But then if we bend the knees a little bit more, then we can bring the shoulders back, and then we are in a slightly back bend. And what happened there is that it's a little bit more challenging to hold it because we feel more weight because we come out of alignment. But if we then again align the hips and the shoulders, it should feel much lighter, much easier. And that is how it should be. So yes, we are exercising with the legs and with the glutes and slightly with the core, but when we have a proper alignment, whether it's by bringing the shoulders forward or back, when the hips and the shoulders are aligned, then we should feel easy. Good, and then inhaling, try to reach up a little bit more, and exhaling, lowering the arms by the sides. Good, and then roll the shoulders back and down, and then forward. Good, and then from there, with hip width apart, just shake the arms in case there's any tension on the waist, on the back muscles. And allow the arms to touch your back, to bend slightly. It's a way of massaging. And engaging, activating also the liver, the pancreas. That gentle touches would be also good to activate the circulation around that area. Good, and then we stop the movements gradually. Good, and bring the hands on the hips and open about 1 meter apart with the feet parallel to each other. The hands on the hips and bring the hips to the back. But keep the knees soft or even bent if you need to. And we have the upper body parallel to the floor. So when we have the upper body parallel to the floor, make sure that the shoulders are not back, that they are aligned. The stomach in, the core is strong, and that the legs are not coming locked. Soften the knees, and then notice how much easier it is to stay there. And then from there, release the hands all the way down. Keep the spine straight, even if they come lower, but straight without releasing, so their back muscles are engaged. Good, and then from there, we're going to walk towards the right foot. Good, and then coming back to the center, and then towards the left. Good, and then inhaling, coming back to center. Let me just come on the side. So now, the next time that we go towards the right with the hands, then we're going to bring the foot out in 90 degrees. and try to have the knee more straightened a little bit if you can. If it's too much, come on the tip of your fingers. If it's still too much, for next time perhaps have a couple of blocks or a couple of books, something where you can place your hands so you can come higher. But for now, if it's too much to straighten in the knee, then just do what you can. Breathe slowly. Good, and find that extra stretch on the back of the leg, on those hamstrings again. Good, and then inhaling, soften the knee and start working to come to the other side. Toes out, one hand on each side of the foot. Try to straighten the leg and keep breathing. If you feel very comfortable in the position and you can lean forward towards that leg, you can do so. The most important thing first is that the leg is very straight. Breathe slowly. Good. And then soften the knee and then come back towards the center, feet pointing towards the front. Okay, so now let's walk again towards that right foot and tilt also the pelvis. So come on the tiptoes and bring the knee down. And then bring the hips back. Sit on your heel and bring the toes towards you. Good, and then stretch on that low lunge, although the knee can be on the floor, as long as there's not much weight, as long as we are able to bring the weight forward, we can stay there. Good, and then inhale and bring the hips back. First stretch with the toes pointing and then toes towards you. Again, finding that stretch on the hamstrings. And we're gonna do it, good. We're gonna do it once again. So walk with the hands and shoulders back. Breathe slowly. Good, and then exhale, bring the hips back. Good, and then we walk towards the other side. So change, bring the knee down. Good, and then first we bring the hips to the back, the toes pointing, and then towards you. Shoulders back, make sure there's no tension on the neck. And then exhaling, bringing the weight forward, the shoulders back. Good, and then back again. Hips and heel, and toes touching, so toes pointing, and then towards you. And then exhaling, again, that low lunge variation. Good, and then come back to sit on your heel, and then come back to center. So bend the knee, and then straighten the leg. So now both legs are straightened with the toes out, right? If they're not, then bring the heels in, and then bring the hands in front of you, soften the knees, and bring the hands on the thighs with the fingers, 4 fingers pointing down, shoulders back and down. Good. So when we're trying to lift up, first of all, because we were on a forward fold, so it's normal that the shoulders are forward, but also as a way of carrying weight is better like that, because when we have the weight of the upper body more forward rather than back, then there's less pressure on the thighs. So as we want to start coming aligned, what we need to do is we need to bend the knees a little bit more so the leg muscles become stronger, and then we can put that extra weight so the hips won't suffer. Relax the shoulders down. Good, and then inhaling, straightening the legs. Good, and from there, bend the knees again. And see if you can bring the shoulders back, the hips forward. Good, and then inhaling, straightening. And last time, exhaling, bring them down. Stomach in, shoulders back. Good, and then inhaling, come up. Bring the hands on the hips and then bring the toes in and then the heels. So more or less, the idea is that the heels are at least shoulder width apart or a little bit more. Then bring the hands on the hips, bend the knees, and lower down. So we're going to get now into our goddess position. So make sure that before we do the arms, then we bring the stomach in, the spine and the shoulders align. And when you're ready, release the hands and bring them all the way up. Bend the elbows, exhale and sink down. Good, and then inhaling, straightening the legs. Exhaling, lowering the arms. Good, let's do it again. Inhaling, palms together. Exhaling, soften the elbows, align the spine. Inhaling, straightening the legs. Exhaling, lowering them. Good, and the toes active at all times. Once again, inhaling. Exhaling, soften the elbows, align, sink down with the hips. And inhale. Exhale. Very good, and bring the hands on the hips and then close to hip width apart and then shake. And then release the arms as well. Good, and with the hip width apart, bend the knees, inhale and bring the arms up and hold in opposite elbows. Bring the arms back and just lift one elbow or shoulder up and then the other. Finding that extra stretch on the side, on the lumbar area. Inhaling, pulling as we stretch to one side. Exhaling the other. So you can allow the hips to come to the side a little bit. Also, so if we're leaning towards the left, then we bring the hips to the right and then the other way around. It's a way of finding a deeper stretch. As long as the toes are actively pressing on the mat, the knees are soft, so we're not locking the knees. That's absolutely fine. Get one more. Inhaling in the center and exhaling as we stretch. Good, and then come back towards the center, inhaling, and then exhaling, forward fold. Breathing slowly. See if you can let go of any tension on the spine and the back muscles. And then release the arms. Allow them to hang freely. Relax the neck. Breathe deep breaths in and out. One more round of breath. You can then bend the knees, raise the shoulders, bring the hands on the hips, and start coming all the way up to standing, shoulders back and down. You can then release the arms, and again shake your legs, your feet. Good, and then grab your blanket to get ready for your Savasana. Well done. Always feeling good about what we do, all the things we do, all the improvement, the commitment, the consistency, rather than seeing the things that we need to still working on, because we will anyway. So just bringing that positive mind, it would help us to move forward, feeling much lighter, feeling better, more empowered, which we deserve. And the more positive thinking we have in our life, the more positive people would come to us, the more good things would happen to us and the ones around us, because energy is contagious. So is love and laughter. So let's just focus on that and have as much of that as we can. And then just relax the body completely. Make any adjustments that you need to. Eyes gently closed, gaze up, jaw relaxed. And once you're there in that relaxed, savasana, allow your breathing to be completely free. So you can also be completely free of any holdings. It's time to let go of anything that feels heavy. The universe, the moon, sun is supporting us in this. So if you feel like you have to do something like this, that you can let go of something, some behaviors or some patterns. If you need to do some decluttering, anything that will make you feel better, it's a good time to do so. And now stay there for a couple of minutes, enjoying that savasana, enjoying being present. And after that, try to do a few minutes of meditation. And also, if there is anything, any practice that you want to start introducing in your life, then after the yoga practice is a good moment, something that you can do as an extra to make you feel better. Have a lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow.